everyone, and welcome to Classic Sitcoms Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Ask you to please subscribe if you have not yet. Please share these out. Today's video is on George Reeves, who played Superman in the TV series. And the question of, was he murdered or did he commit suicide? This is what I found out by looking it up. George Reeves had a reasonably successful film career, including a small part in Gone with the Wind, when he took the role of Superman, and Superman and the Mole Men, a feature film. The same cast was quickly taken on for the television series, The Adventures of Superman, sponsored by Kellogg's, which began airing in 1952. The TV series was very successful and was renewed for 6 seasons. Although there was no color television in those days, this was one of the first TV series filmed in color. So when you see it now, it has not been colorized. It is originally color. When the series ended in 1957, George Reeves had a problem career. He was typecast. In 1959, the producers of The Adventures of Superman decided to film another season's worth of shows in 1960. So seemingly his career slump was over and he was feeling good about life. The year was shaping up to be a good one after a few rough years. He was hoping to shoot a film in Spain and was to be married to Leonora Lemon. The wedding date set for June 19, 1959. Then in the early morning hours of June 16, 1959, 3 days before the wedding, he died suddenly. The coroner's report stated that he was killed by a single gunshot to the head. The official ruling was suicide. However, the rumors back then were the same as you probably heard, that he shot himself or he leaped off a building to see if he could really fly. I heard that one. Suicide angle focused on how he had been typecast and couldn't get acting jobs. He was known to have been a party animal, and late-night boozing was pretty common with his friends. He had been involved in a long-term romantic affair with Toni Mannix, the wife of Eddie Mannix, an MGM executive with alleged mob ties. Mannix was in ill health but knew about their relationship. Reeves broke off the relationship in 1958. Lemon said that Toni Mannix harassed Reeves for months after the breakup, so much so that Reeves sought an attorney's advice. Now, the night of June 15th, Reeves and Lemon had a few other guests were drinking and partying at his home until about 1 a.m. Reeves went up to bed, shot rang out, and he was found dead, sprawled nude on his bed with a bullet hole in his right temple. The death was ruled a suicide, largely since the house guests all said there was no explanation, and there was no sign of an intruder or forced entry. The high alcohol content in Reeves' blood was 0.27, which was well above the intoxication point. Combined with narcotics, he was taking painkillers for injuries in a car accident, made this plausible. However, Reeves' mother and a few others thought the whole thing was suspicious and claimed Reeves was a victim of foul play. Thus, suspicions and questions started flying around long before any internet to spawn conspiracy theories. Jim Nolt, probably the world's expert on George Reeves, appeared on the 1995 TV show Unsolved Mysteries, which is dealing with the questions of Reeves' death. Much of the information that I'm going to give you is taken from his website. The evidence or lack of evidence against suicide. No fingerprints were found on the gun. There were no powder burns on the head wound, which would imply that the gun was held several inches from the head at the time it was fired. His hands were not tested for gunpowder residue, so that's no help. The spent shell was found under his body. The gun was found between his feet. The police were not called for at least a half an hour after the death, although probably so the house guests could sober up. The supposed slump was over. His friends agreed he was happier than he'd been in years, looking forward to his marriage and to another season of popular TV show. Money wasn't a problem either. He got residuals. Now, the common theories were he was killed by Leonora Lemon in a fit of passion or argument, possibly over whether they would marry, but who knows. Reeves was murdered by Toni or Eddie Mannix, or by a mob killer who threatened everyone, so they kept quiet about what really happened. Or it really was suicide, as reported at the time. It's almost 40 years later, and frankly, the only people who might know ain't talking. Toni Mannix and Leonora Lemon are both now deceased. As to whether there's a curse on the roll, you decide. And there you go. I've always thought this was a really strange situation, and pulled in, uh, it pulls me in. It's just a mystery. I don't think it'll ever be solved. And there was a movie put out, and to be honest with you, I can't remember the name of the movie. It was done like in a film noir type way. And I actually had the movie, and it was really good. And I let someone borrow it and never saw it again. But again, makes me want to go back and watch it again. Um, anyway, that's all I got for you. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you have a great day. God bless. I'll be praying for you.